Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to make this banner for your Google Classrooms using Google Slides and Bitmoji. So the two things you are going to need to make sure that this happens is obviously just a blank Google Slides presentation, and then you need to make sure that you have Bitmoji as an extension on your Chrome. That way you can go ahead and insert your images directly into your presentation. First thing you are going to need to do on your presentation is to change the size of this to meet the Google Classroom banner. So I'm going to go to File, Page Setup. From here, I'm going to click on Custom. I'm going to change inches to pixels. And then I'm going to change this to 800 by 200, and that seems to work the best with Google and Google Classroom headers. I'm going to click Apply, and now the slide has become elongated and will fit right into your Google Classroom banner. I'm going to delete this layout in here. So now you're ready to begin layering and putting in your images for your scene that you're creating. So in this scene, I have Mrs. Montana's virtual classroom, and it's supposed to be my home since we are kind of hunkered down here at home lately. And these were just added in from Google. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do that. First thing you are going to need to do is make a background. So I'm going to go and select background from the tools, click on choose image, Google image search, and from here I'm going to type in wall floor background. Okay, and now you can search through these. They give you the options to have the wall and the floor together, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to go ahead and use one that I used for that, which is right here. I'm going to click on it and click Insert, and then click Done. And now my background will pop up. Now from here, you're just going to add in images that you want in your scene. So the first thing I'm going to insert is I'm going to make this just a bit different than my other one. I think I'm going to put a chalkboard on this one. So from Insert Image, I'm going to go to Search the Web, and I'm going to click on Chalkboard. And after chalkboard, here's the most important thing: to type transparent. You want to make sure that that background is transparent when you add it into your slide. From here, you can search the ones that you'd like. I'm going to try to make one that is facing straight forward. That way I can use it. I'm going to use this one. Now, if you notice, when I select this one, insert, it's going to come with two. So this is very simple to fix. If I just double click on this, it gives you this black box that's dashed around the perimeter of the image. I'm going to go ahead and select this black bar at the bottom and then just move it up to the one that I want. I just want the black one. And that crops out the image for you instantly. So it's a built-in crop tool for you. Now I can go ahead and move my chalkboard over here. And this is going to I'm going to move it here. I'm going to resize it. And this is going to kind of be my main focal point with what I want to have on here. So there is my chalkboard. I'm going to go ahead and add let's see, we can now search for, let's do a rug, transparent, and go ahead and add a rug of your choice. Click Insert, and you can go ahead and crop this out a little bit. That way it's easier to use when you are kind of moving the images around. Make this just a bit bigger and center that in just about right there. Perfect. Now, next. Now we're going to go ahead and add search the web, a transparent tree in a pot. That way this is going to go over in the corner. Click on this guy, click insert, and he will go over here in a corner. Make him just a bit bigger. And then it can be off a little bit because it won't show up. I'm going to go ahead and add the weights to make it look like it's somewhat of a weight room. You could add obviously anything. If you are a teacher in a classroom, then obviously you would go ahead and add something different. Make the scene fit obviously you. So I'm going to ahead and put that there. I'm going to add a little frame behind to make it homey. Insert vintage frame. Sometimes you have to be creative in what you are looking for to get different things to kind of show up. And I'm going to click on this green one and click insert. I'm going to move this over here. If you see when I move it, it's going to be in front of the weights, but I want it to go behind the weights. So I'm going to right click on it, go to order, and click on send to back. And now my frame will be behind the weights, just kind of like a layering process here. All right, so from here, I'm just going to go ahead and add in a little sign on our chalkboard. So I'm going to go to insert word art. I'm going to type in the word welcome. And it's obviously super large. I'm going to change it to a different font just because, I mean, you can make it whatever you please. And we're going to move this onto the chalkboard. Okay, so welcome, and then you can add another kind of subtext underneath and put Mrs. Montana's home gym and kind of go along with the theme here. Make that centered. We're going to go ahead and change the font color to white. That way it can be seen. And we're going to give this a bit of a script looking font to add to the dimensions of this. All right, so Mrs. Montana's home gym. Now we're going to go ahead and add an image here into this picture. So I'm going to go ahead and insert an image from my drive. And you can go ahead and click on any image here that is saved in your drive. I'm going to click on one of my family, click insert, and then I am going to just resize this to add into this frame. And I'm actually going to send it to the back to make it fit nice and perfect there. All right, perfect. Now it's time for us to go ahead and add our Bitmoji. So from here, you're going to go to your Google extension and click here and find the Bitmoji that you want to use. So in this case, I am going to search here, gym. Now I can use even this one that's on the treadmill. And you can right click and move it or just drag it here to the treadmill. And you can use this as you are in the middle here kind of working out. If you wanted to only use part of a Bitmoji, you can do that as well. If you have a scene that you want a Bitmoji, but you don't want the whole thing, for instance, say you want this one that's laughing, but you don't want the words there. So just use that crop option again and get rid of that portion, and then you are good to go with just that part of the Bitmoji. I'm going to go ahead and put my one back here. And if you want her to go the other direction, you can always flip this as well. So I'm going to click order, or I'm sorry, I'm going to click rotate and click flip horizontally, and now we are facing in the opposite direction. So you can add as much or as little as you want to this banner. I'm going to go ahead and save this now as a JPEG, and it's going to save to my computer. And now I can go into my Google Class and I can upload the photo. I'm going to click from my computer and click on the presentation one there. And now it will be in the background. Unfortunately, Google Classroom has not released a way to bypass this kind of grayscale over. That's so these words kind of stick out. So that is a tutorial on how to create this lovely scene using Bitmoji and Google Slides.